do you know who clothed me for the first week I had in the belly? Homeless people. Homeless people clothed me. I had no bra, I had no toiletries, no nothing, couldn't get them in the place I was staying. Homeless people saved my life. And women especially have been treated in this country inside in hospitals is an absolute disgrace. Homeless people, they're not even treated like human beings.
Do you think homelessness increased twice? Do you think homelessness increased this year?
If I mention in any place I'm in officially that I'm homeless, or I show my address as a homeless hospital, in a hospital or anything, my treatment is shocking. And I've seen homeless people treated shockingly in this country. Absolutely treated like, we treat animals
worse than a stray dog is.
Worse than you wouldn't. I don't know what you'd describe it, because I don't treat anything badly. I would save even a fly.
Do you believe in the change, urgent change to this government?
And women in this country, have been destroyed. January or February time, I can't remember, because I was in hospital at one point. I had to actually leave a hospital to try and complete the forms to get them sent in at the time, and then I missed my actual slot in the hospital. That was after my head injury, so that would have been in February. I have heard nothing back. I had one fella ring me at one point when I was in a public place, and I asked him to put it down in email, because I can't remember things, my memory's so bad. He refused to email me. In fact, he told me they don't have any email facilities in DCC for housing. And then he refused me an appointment, and I actually went into DCC myself, and I saw people getting appointments, and I said to them, are you allowed appointments?
Could I ask you a question? How long are you waiting for a housing list? How many?
I'm just looking for half. I don't think I'd ever get a house. I know people.
But how long are you waiting on waiting list for?
I put in my forms in February. I've heard not a single thing since then.
Okay, but I could see you have problems. Did they offer you social? Did you offer some care because you have problems like?
I was offered nothing.
Like
they won't even pay me my benefits.
Okay.
I owe a fortune in rent in the place I'm staying in, the B&B place at the moment. I owe a fortune in rent, and I made some critical decisions lately to actually spend it on my health, because I couldn't get the healthcare in the public system. Any food I buy is all healthy food or supplements. I'm trying to do healthy appointments, exercise, everything, because I can't get the care in the public health system. I get 206 euros a week, and I owe a fortune in bills. I owe a fortune to my father. I owe a fortune in rent I haven't been able to pay. I owe a fortune for, oh Jesus, the amount of money. My father, that's killing me.
Could I suggest something? Today will be in GPO, will be peaceful campaign at 2 p.m. You can join us. We'll be staying overnight there with the lights and everything, highlight the issues of homelessness, people dying, and different issues like right to water access.
My problem is I get blackouts all the time, and I've been robbed inside my room in my hostel 2 days ago between the hours of 12 and 8 o'clock during the day, and they won't let me know who went into the room. And I had a load of stuff robbed, so now I don't know if now.
In the hostel, nobody is responsible. If somebody robbed you,
I have no idea.
No responsibility to hostel management at all, basically.
No, they don't want to allow it. I suppose they just don't want to get involved.
Did they call the guards to investigate the matter?
I don't want to call the guards. I don't want upset nation, because whoever did it could probably literally beat the head clean off me, because I can't defend myself. I just want to know what it is from my personal knowledge, because I've actually been so friendly to people, like a lot of the girls are in the hostels. Homeless people are lovely people. The amount of care I've got. When I became homeless, I had nothing. I had to leave a situation, and I literally had the bag on my back, my ID. I had just come out of the shower. I didn't even have a bra. I threw on my tracksuit bottoms and whatever, and I rang Women's Aid. Not worth it. I'm telling you now, I rang Women's Aid at least 3 or 4 times over the period of Christmas. They couldn't do a thing for me. I'm from Kildare, and I rang Kildare, they couldn't help me, and I said I'll get on a bus and I'll get as far as Dublin. I didn't even have the bus fare. Young kids gave me the bus fare, and I got to Dublin, and eventually one of the volunteer agencies found me a bed for the night. And do you know who clothed me for the first week I had in the belly? Homeless people. Homeless people clothed me. I had no bra, I had no toiletries, no nothing, couldn't get them in the place I was staying. Homeless people saved my life. There's people with serious, and I mean serious, mental illnesses, because I've been put in rooms with them, but they've no choice. They just have to give anybody the free bed if they have it.
Could I ask you a question?
And they've been put into rooms, and they're attacking girls inside in rooms and everything. Those people should be in mental institutes. There shouldn't be, and there's poor staff.
So there is no security man. There is no security man to manage attacks or aggression.
There's no security in any of these.
So who's managing the aggression?
The actual volunteer staff there might only be one staff member on at night, and they could be dealing with upwards of 40 or 50 people inside in a hostel, and you can imagine what goes on at night. Some very distressed ladies or fellas or whatever in life, and things will kick off or whatever will happen, or people are sick, or there could be any reason that people are in these hostels. And a lot of the time people are working out of these hostels too. There's a massive amount of people that are
Could I ask you a question? How many politicians actually try to contact you or speak with you?
Nobody.
No single one?
No.
Okay.
There's one crew, all right. Yes, they did. But to be honest with you, I was sick at the time, and my head is all over the gaff.
Yeah.
My head is all over the gaff.
I've
actually been afraid to leave where I'm living the last few days because I've been robbed and because of consistent blackouts. I have had massive head injuries in life. Parents educated me very well. In fact, I was a prefect in my secondary school. I went through an all-girls school the whole way through my life. I used to be sports captain of the school. I coached young people. I played hockey. I played a massive amount of sports. Some of my injuries are sports.
And you say you've been a climber before, yes?
Pardon?
You do
climb mountains. I
Really?
climbed 3 to 4 mountains in the space of August to October.
Could you name those mountains?
Crow Patrick.
Yeah.
Mount Errigal. I climbed a mountain down near Dingle. I can't remember the other one, to be honest with you. I've climbed a lot of mountains.
So you was very fit before.
It's the only thing saving my life right now. And the fact that since I got sick, there's not been one day I've spent in the bed bar being in the hospital. And even in a hospital when I couldn't walk, I used to hold on to the edges to keep going because I was so afraid of getting blood clots, be lying in bed for days on end. I have never spent one full day in the bed, and the absolute state of me. And the only thing I think that's allowed me to get out of bed and keep walking and not be in an actual ICU unit is the fact that I've kept myself so fit throughout these 6 months and kept my health so right and tried to eat the right things and do everything. It's the only thing that's kept me going. And I was the one that made those decisions, and that's where all my benefits have gone. I couldn't afford my rent. And do you know what, right now, do you know how much money I would need right now in order to be able to rent out? I'd need at least 1,000 to 1,200 in a deposit and another 1,200 rent. So I need about 2,400 euros in my pocket going into a place to rent a place on my own because I'm single, right? So, and then I have to pay all the bills then on top of that and everything else. And even earning the 60 grand I would have been earning in or give or take with expenses and everything for a finish. They tax you at the highest bracket of 40% over 35 grand.
Yeah, definitely. Paul Lennon is my name. We'll publish all the photos.